Well, the first thing I think you have to do is you have to love motorcycles. And I love to ride them. I love to ride them fast. I've owned quite a few of them. So I've crashed them. I've lost my driver's license with them. I've gotten speeding tickets. I've been in trouble with them. They're just an awful lot of fun, and I really also enjoy the company of the people. So it was taking the love of motorcycles and the love of photography and combining them together. And I'm a relatively introverted person, so somebody like me walking up to complete strangers or knocking on doors or walking into businesses and saying, I want to take pictures of your motorcycle that's out there, that takes an enormous amount of courage. And so that has been a part of me that I've had to push forward so that the other part of me, which is the love of photographing the bikes, could take place. Of the 298 bikes, 80% of them are just mind-boggling bikes. So it's the people when they come in for some reason because they're running into somebody who isn't trying to con them or isn't trying to take money from them or isn't trying to sell them anything, just wants to celebrate what they love. The crazy part was that they start opening up and they start telling me about themselves and they start sharing some of their challenges and their emotions and so forth. And I've had full-on confessions while I've been photographing people's motorcycles. But the most memorable experience of all was a guy that came in with a motorcycle that I didn't want to photograph. And it was a green Ninja. And he was from a really seriously conservative Southern Baptist family. And his father was a preacher, and he was now also a preacher. And it was against his religion to glorify anything that he purchased. And so he brought in a motorcycle that I would have normally turned down. It was a brand new green bike. And I went ahead and photographed it because he was really kind and he kept almost begging me. And then at the very end, he says, I want to do something. He says, I need to sin. I need to feel what it's like to sin. And he opened up his bag that he had brought with him, and in there were 2 Budweisers. And he gave me one, and I drank one, and he had not ever had a beer before. And it was a really moving and emotional moment for him, and it was an emotional moment for me. But the number one thing that I think that makes human beings is that we pursue 2 things that my dog doesn't pursue, that the deer down the street don't pursue, and that is art and science. It's that curiosity, it's that drive in us that we can't explain that says, hey, I'm going to do a better job. But we have a bunch of people who have saw the magazine article, and they're coming from New York City, and they're bringing a trailer full of cruiser motorcycles. And that's a big compliment. And the reason why, because when you look at their motorcycle, they are also artists. They have done a lot of work to make those bikes stand out. And they want to say something about their motorcycle, and they want somebody to capture that shows the artistic energy. And that's what makes us human beings. We love art and science. I am Frank Bott, and I love to take pictures of motorcycles.